this mural, you can see the streets of LA. Along it are buildings that are damaged. This design is to represent Rodney King's arrest and the riots that followed. Rodney King was an African American man who was intoxicated while driving. Police went on a car chase through LA to try and catch him. Once caught, Rodney King resisted the police and received a severe beating. Even after King stopped fighting back and was able to be taken under custody, the beatings continued. Onlookers taped the event and gave it to the media, where the video was released and then watched by many. Rodney King was soon released, and the four police members, Stacey Kuhn, Lawrence Powell, Theodore Brissonneau, and Timothy Wind, were all put on trial. The trial's final verdict was not guilty, which put the citizens of LA into a frenzy. Riots started and soon got out of hand. Many were injured by rioters, even killed. Police were too slow and the National Guard were set in. For 3 days, the riots continued until the military were sent in. Jeff Wallenfeld, an author for the Encyclopedia Britannica, stated that when the riots stopped, 50 were killed, along with more than thousands of buildings damaged. After the riots, 2 of the officers, Kuhn and Powell, went on trial again for violating King's rights, and in the end, they were sentenced 2.5 years in prison. Rodney King's arrest was significant because this event shows corruption in the government through police brutality and also brought racism back into the eyes of onlookers.
As you can see, in one of the buildings on the right side of the mural, there is a poster about Bill Clinton and his scandal with Monica Lewinsky. President Clinton is accused of sexual harassment, and due to it, the House of Representatives approved 2 articles of impeachment against the president. In 1995, Bill Clinton began an affair with Monica Lewinsky, and she was still an unpaid intern when the affair was happening. After Lewinsky was transferred, she told her co-worker Linda Tripp, who after began to separately argue conversations about her relationship with Bill Clinton. In December, Paula Jones sues the president on sexual harassment and subpoenaed Lewinsky, who denied her affair with Clinton. Linda Tripp then shows the office of Kenneth Starr the tape she has of Lewinsky. Lewinsky, but not with Paula Jones. According to the New York Times newspaper, after he testified, it was approved the first article of impeachment by the House of Representatives. The second article of impeachment, which accused him against his life, was also passed. Finally, on February 12, 1999, the Senate voted and Clinton was removed from office.
Ernesto James Simpson, known as OG, was a famous football player. He was accused of stabbing to death his ex-wife, Nicole Brown Simpson, and her male friend, Ronald Goldman. The trial lasted 133 days. People all around the world followed the court proceeding. He was found not guilty of all charges. The murders occurred on June 12, 1994, at the condominium of Nicole Brown Simpson in the exclusive neighborhood of Brentwood in Los Angeles, California. This event is important to our decade because OG was a well-known football player who was involved in the highest profile trial of the 1990s. The trial left many people wondering if he was found not guilty because of police error in his ability to pay a team of expensive lawyers called the Dream Team. Or did O.J. Simpson truly have nothing to do with the brutal murder of his ex-wife and her friend?
In the middle of the street in the mural stands the 5 members of NWA: Dr. Dre, Eazy-E, Ice Cube, MC Ren, and DJ Yella. This group represents the birth of a new genre of music that became popularized in the 90s, gangster rap. In 1986, Eazy-E and Dr. Dre came together to form NWA, along with Ice Cube, DJ Yella, and Arabian Prince. In 1988, the group recruited MC Ren in place of Arabian Prince, and started making serious progress in producing music. That same year, they released their debut album, Straight Outta Compton. This album featured songs like Straight Outta Compton, F the Police, and Gangsta Gangsta. The songs expressed the emotions the members of NWA were feeling about the local police brutality towards African Americans, as well as life in Compton. Although the group released a majority of their albums in the late 80s, the effects could be seen throughout the following decade. This genre of hip-hop would create a platform for other rappers of the 90s, such as Tupac, Snoop Dogg, and Nas.
All the events you have just heard about have elements put into the mural you see in front of you. The white Bronco on the road is to represent O.J. Simpson's car in which he fled from the police in. The poster on the right is there to represent Clinton's impeachment. The man in the middle is there to represent rap music, and lastly, the damaged buildings and the television inside the window is to represent Rodney King's arrest and the riots that damaged LA.